GenG, however, will lock in that Skarner. It has been very high priority, very high presence, and very effective so far at Worlds.
We got to remember that GenG haven't shown a huge amount at this year's World Championship, and they're keeping things secret. Inspired, playing with the crowd a bit as he hovers over the Nunu. The Ashe already locked in with the Seraphine bot lane, so FlyQuest already bringing a strong 2v2 on the bot side of the map.
Had strong early games so far, so you're probably not as worried about allowing that Jinx the time to scale up and really become a powerhouse, as we're still waiting
Seraphine mid
to see the last pick here for FlyQuest.
Are they going to move it to Seraphine mid? That's the question, because this obviously is a champion that you can flex around, and it is. So it's Seraphine mid for Quad, so they keep the option open here with the Seraphine. My immediate expectation was definitely that it was going to boost you.
Town mid-jungle duo that GenG now have easy setup for.
Yep, exactly. It's going to be interesting to see where they do go, and if FlyQuest can still kind of find some of those surprising wrinkles to the draft, right? Nidalee would be really spicy. They could just go Nidalee Renekton. I think it is Nidalee Renekton.
They'll lock it in. Canyon Nidalee.
What can't they do?
That's 4 out of 5 jungle bans from GenG's side.
And I mean, you got to remember, he's got the pocket pick Nunu ready to go. The cheeky hover coming out from Masu.
I feel like this is now going to become a FlyQuest staple after they broke it out for the win against HLE.
I think this might not be a hover. I think they might be actually going to be locking this in.
And France roars to life for Nunu.
Here's the thing. Full pick, I think it actually makes quite a bit of sense here, and we're leaving the 5th pick top for Bwipo, so we're going to have to find out what is he cooking.
GenG, what do they need now? A strong mid lane that's kind of round this composition out.
No way!
Kassadin for Chovy!
Wait,
Kassadin Nidalee. That is, I mean, this is shocking to me. Like, this is such a good MR game. There is the Ashe, but if the Ashe is ever burst down, if the Ashe is ever pressured or gets behind, that is really concerning. Kassadin is going to be such a slow pace, and also does not pair well with the Nidalee. Like, maybe they're using the Nidalee as a bridge to get the Kassadin to the late game, but you can expect the Kassadin to be getting shoved in, not taking away some of the powerful engage that Lehens is very well known for.
Well, there's that Renekton that you talked about as well. Going to be locked in for Keen. A relatively safe blind. So, our Bwipo now look just one. Sometimes we've seen the Urgot.
I was going to say, yeah.
But I don't love it here.
Oh, Vladimir would be really interesting. There have been so much talk about this W Max Grasp Vladimir that had really been making the rounds in solo queue. But I think Urgot is more likely, and I wouldn't be shocked to see this locked in here. Bwipo wants to play his style. Urgot's going to be it. And this is going to be really interesting here to see how he performs in these early levels.
I just don't like it into Ezreal, just because of how long range the champion is. They don't have enough lockdown. Now, I'd love to see something like a Kassadin response here. Coming out from Quad, I'm expecting something like the Cassio.
Oh, Zeri is another one of the big AD mids that he'd love to play, so I wouldn't be shocked. It is an AD carry mid. It's not the Tristana that I was mentioning, but this is one of Quad's picks that FlyQuest really developed a tremendous amount of faith in him playing. It's also an ultimate that's not really that good to give over there to Chovy. Mostly he's looking at the Recon ult. I think that is that Primo one, and potentially Skarner, maybe situationally the Urgot. But I think FlyQuest have a really strong draft. I think for a trade. And the question is, do you have to take Yone to deny it from Chovy, or is it okay to take Skarner?
That is the biggest question right here. GenG is saying, you can't play Yone. You won't play it. We'll take it. Will FlyQuest? They do! FlyQuest will answer the challenge. They will lock in the Yone.
GenG's prepared for this though. They've already banned away the Amumu. They're locking in the Skarner, and they've paired it up alongside the Smolder as an answer. We saw this in the Swiss stage as a means to deal with the Yone because of the scaling power of the Smolder. But if you can get ahead early, you can quickly shut that Smolder down and its ability to farm up into the late game.
Now this is going to be so interesting here. Quad is a player that has made his career playing control mages. That is what he is known for. He has really not played a lot of Yone at all. He has played it only 3 times his entire career.
Oh, the Fiddlesticks!
But he has not lost on it. Fiddlesticks in Game 5 against GenG.
I mean, we used to see this when he played on Rogue back in the day. It was a rare pocket pick available for Inspired, and they needed an AP jungler, so they bring it out here in Game 5. Kalista for Marsu. FlyQuest are throwing everything into Game 5.
You can
remember was all over the bands earlier on in the tournament, and now it is locked in for FaZe and GenG.
And it's another champion that has some of that mobility. You can use the satchel to try to disengage, to try to create that space. But there are these clear targets here for FlyQuest, for their engage. Will he go for it? Set against Rumble Top.
I think that's just a cheeky hover, surely.
All right, Masu, we already saw the fiddles,
I think he's going to lock it.
So locked in. FlyQuest in Game 5 of the quarterfinals against GenG are playing two picks that there have been so many criticisms, and rightful criticisms, when we look at teams from North America trying to play whatever they can copy from Korea or from China. And now FlyQuest is saying, you know what? How about not?